Welcome back to Scratches. Where were we? Yes, the open door, the closed door, the very dark area. In the rain. Let's open. And what do we have here? A freaking dark room. Okay. What should I be doing? So I missed one very important thing. I had to go back for matches. Alright, over here. I only have a few matches left. Yeah. In your suitcase. Let's go back to that creepy door. Let's open again. Yeah. Now let it work. And there you go. And what do you say? Ooh. Why you do this? An odd looking African mask was positioned in the middle of the storeroom. Its presence made me feel terribly uneasy. Yeah, you don't say. It's so dark in here. There's no light. Why is it dark? Now there was enough light, I extinguished the lamp to save the oil. Yup. You're hiding something? Mr. Blackwood. Is there something around here that means? Oh. The lamp. June 24, 1962. Dear Christopher, please excuse the tone of this letter. I know I must sound like a raving madman, but I truly can't find a proper way to put together all the thoughts that have been taking my sleep away these past days. There's a reason behind all these recent adversaries. It's the mask, Christopher. It's the mask I told you about. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't studied its origins on my own. But it's really the source of all my suffering. The tribe it belongs to. I must confess I didn't take the mask by inappropriate means. And I fear this might have unleashed some terrific wrath. A terrible wrath against my life and everything that surrounds me. It's been over a year ago since I witnessed the most outrageous acts of violence that I've not even in my worst nightmares could. I have imagined, and the mask was the epicenter of it all. That's your problem right now, huh, Mr. Blackwood? What I was thinking of when I took it beyond me, it was probably a vicious streak of greed. And your greed is killing you. But I can see clearly now, it represents evil, and my truly convinced this evil can somehow take shape and punish those who have disgraced it. Well, congratulations, you finally noticed. I did. And now I must face the consequences. I will take some more time to investigate this. I must even go back to South Africa to seek help, although something tells me not even returning the mask would do any good. The damage is already done, and I believe it's getting worse as the days goes by. Why did I tell you not to take foreign objects that you don't even know? Every time I walk past the gallery and I hear some incessant, odd chatters, as if something was being plotted inside. As those voices, Christopher, this is to be angry. Please help me. Come and see me as soon as you can. James Blackwood. Oh, another letter. July 3rd, my reservation on the Hummer, the fat bars were in the middle room. It shed me some light upon their terrible activities. I understand now that the lack of existing information about them may not only a cause of their small size and rarity, but also related of rather superstitious attitude towards their nature. Even some of the most important historians of South Africa will refer to mention their name, usually refers to them as a war tribe. After digging into some of the most obscure books I could find about the subject, I must admit now that reading them made me very nervous and uneasy, bringing back the memories of these horrible acts I witnessed on that day. I can understand why any human being, uncivilized or not, would behave in such manner. War among savage tribes is of course very common and recurring theme in history. But the Hammer, they went beyond war. Usually a tribe will engage in battle to conquer new territory or perhaps defeat an enemy. They did it for the sole reason of destruction and extreme love of violence. This account for their action is downright scary. They invade villages, slaughter every inhabitant without regard of their sex or age. Men, women, children would inevitably perish by their fury and hate. Ooh. Which is, I think, the most unsettling element of their stories. They didn't use any weapons, they killed villagers with their bare hands and teeth as if they were drawing power from an unearthly source. They are possessed, yeah. I find it hard to believe this, and if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes, I'd say they were some kind of wild legends, or just being possessed. Once they slaughtered every living thing in the village, they burned it to the ground. Every single construction or possession of the fallen villagers proved they have definitely were not interested in conquering or even taking some advantage of the terrain. Their motives were moved solely and purely by an incredible despiser of life and hatred towards everything that wasn't from their village. Yeah, this much. That is another curious thing that somehow manages sustain a constant population level, as if they control exactly the amount of people needed for an attack, but at the same time want survival using their few existing resources. I feel this wasn't some kind of wondrous organization system, but rather an elimination process of a useless, in quotes, members or unnecessary child. Okay, I can see what's going on. Mr. Blackwood, do you think your child as unnecessary? I don't know the thing about it, but I am afraid this will explain why they didn't need to hunt for food. They feed about themselves. Now I know what the Masa tool stands for, and I shiver at the thought of it. And now you are possessed by the mask. I must confess, I'm worried. Well, you are right now, and you will, and you have been. I don't know why, but I fear for my life. And you have been possessed, and now you consider one of your members a necessary child. I don't know how to feel sorry for you. Sympathy is very strong word right now. Who asked you to bring this little thing right over here? Why do you touch this thing right over here? Let's go. Ah, my mouse. It's time to go back, my girl. I don't know why you are still in this house. Why does Jerry sell this cursed murderous house to you? Why Jerry or why? Insert paper. Finally, after all the adventure, The reason why I bought this house is to type something. It's to make your novel fascinating. I type everything in from this house. Everything. And all I got was suddenly she stopped and stood there, paralyzed, hesitant to give any credit to what her eyes were seeing, and completely unaware of the potentially dangerous situation. Surprisingly, there wasn't anything unusual or strange about the event. Little Katie was hastily crossing the living room towards the huge door, her fancy black dress fluttering at every footstep. As the girl reached to the doorknob, she turns to look back at Marvin and urged her with a whisper to hurry up. But Marion wasn't seeing Katie. Her memories haunted her back and displaced reality. Given the room to the nightmarish vision, she had spent months trying to forget ever since her first visit to the old house. In her dream, she saw the little girl, also wearing black dress, emerging from a passageway hidden in the room. Ooh, she never actually managed to glimpse where the passage was, only saw the girl running towards her. Her small face contorted in a horrible grimace. Marian quickly realized it was a twisted version of the Kitty she would knew later, as if her figure was then distorted by a well of smoke. Her exact movement through the room, reaching for the knob, facing her back. Those were too many coincidences to ignore. It was a nightmare that she experienced that day, not a ghost or something which she refused to believe in, but it was willing to blindly embrace as the truth, given the shocking vividness of the vision. A ghost would come from the past. What she seen from her thoughts were interrupted as the figure behind her cast a shadow across the doorstep. "You filthy liar! You betrayed me!" A grown deep voice. "Oh, sorry." "You filthy liar! You have betrayed me!" A grown deep voice. Am I a good storyteller? Or a bad one? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's a good story. The discoveries I had made in the house were too exciting to stop now. I thought that maybe I could investigate further today and return to work tomorrow. Will that be tomorrow, Mr. Michael? Will that be tomorrow? It's time to call Jerry. Hello, Mr. Jerry.
Jerry,
Yeah?
it's me. You won't believe what I've found here.
Oh,
It's about the happenings that led to the murder you told me about. There's an impressive
Yeah.
backstory surrounding this place and many loose ends. It would seem
really loose
nobody ever
ends.
stumbled upon this.
Shouldn't you be working on your book?
Are you listening to me? James
Yes, he was
Blackwood
working on
into
the
some
book.
Very weird stuff and possibly dangerous.
Very.
Something tells me this case is much more complex than it was thought to be.
Why don't you inform the authorities? I'm sure they'll be dying to reopen a long-forgotten case about some crazy old psycho killing his wife.
No way.
I think the authorities will kick him out from the house.
On my own. I wonder if those noises I heard have anything to do with this. Maybe James Blackwood was trying to hide something.
Like in that
La mode of the
where an
child.
old man was guarding the entrance to hell. I bet this James Blackwood person had a doorway like that in his basement. Those dreadful noises must be the sounds of the damned coming for you.
Why,
Who knows?
That's been very helpful. Great to have friends like you.
Then stop talking
That's not
any
nonsense.
idea how
Maybe
creepy
you're
it
right.
sounds?
Maybe you knew.
Not some fancy PI.
I'll get to the bottom of this. I know I will. I'm certain there's much more to James Blackwood than a simple act of murder.
Jerry, I think you knew what happened.
Simple act of murder? Oh, goody. Just somebody died. Nothing to worry about. This isn't
Nothing
like
to
you,
worry
Will.
about.
This whole thing is really affecting you.
Stop being a drama queen. I'm a grown-up and I'm pretty aware. of
Haha,
what's
drama
right.
queen.
Fine, go chase around the ghosts of James Blackwood. I'll stay here in the real world.
I'll let you know about my progress.
Oh, I think Jerry knows. Why, Jerry, or why do you sell this house? This freaking cursed and murderous house. Would you agree to this? The time now was 6 p.m. and there was no light through the entire gameplay. How many episodes did I have uploaded up to now? And there's still no light. Well, the events of this day have left me unusually tired. I thought it was good time to head to bed. And it's still raining. What the heck? Is there a typhoon going on? Well, I lay down on the bed. Ding 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 ding. Something didn't feel right again. Oh, is this another nightmare? Open the door. Oh, it's another night. Oh, I'm free to move everywhere. Well, let's see. What's behind door number 1 again? Oh, it's going to be exciting. Oh. Dun 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 dun. Well, that's scary. Can I look behind? Oh, I'm so scared right now. Ooh, the mouse is there. Well. That's going to be fun. Oh, once again, I was awakened during the bizarre dream, and by those scratching noises. Oh, well, this is exciting. Do you hear scratching noises? It is such a scoop. I have to find out their source. Yes. And you're afraid from the bizarre nightmare. With the very loud, dramatic music. Let's find the source. Do you hear anything? Yup, you hear something. Now what? Let's go back up and see if the nightmare is true. Let's see if the mask is there. Ooh. Man, the background music is a bit too eerie. Hello, are you there? Are you? An odd looking African mask was positioned in the middle of the storeroom. It was a ministry until I said, okay, fine. It seems everything's fine. Everything is just a dream. Or is it? Now let's go to the cellar to find what's scratching. You are very brave, Mr. Blackwood. I will hide under the bed if I were you. Let's go to the cellar, shall we? The basement. Well, we are almost there. Open. Well, it's time to open the door. It's so dark right here. Let's light up the few last matches. The light. Oh, what is this? British seagull. Well, where's the scratches? I wonder. Let's go closer and listen. And what was that? You really want to go in there? Oh, you really want to go in there? Ooh, somebody's there. We are not alone. Well, that's perfect. I have to go back. How do I go back? Oh, why is it so dark? Time to get back out. Can we just run away? With my heart pounding, I better get the strength to leave the basement. Ooh. The last drop of oil inside the lamp has been consumed. Let's run back to the bed. Let's run back to the bed. I was too confused to think straight and decided to, almost against my will, to return to bed. Good call. I think it will be a bit too late to run away from this house. Yeah. You are not alone after all. Well, you better hope that door over the other side of the grill is locked. I went back to bed. Whew. Monday, October 14th. And I realized I'm not alone. My third and final day inside Blackwood Manor began with an odd feeling of expectation. Still shaken about the occurrence of the last night, I managed to pull myself together and focus on finding out what really happened inside this place. Like, you are not alone, and Jerry sold you the house without checking properly. Well, since we are on Monday, October 14th, we can safely say, looking forward to the next episode. See you next time. Bye bye.